Welcome back, trainers. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at an Obstagoon team in the Halloween Cup. That's going to consist of Azumarill as well as Venusaur. Azumarill is going to have Play Rough and Ice Beam. So on my Obstagoon, of course, you're going to want to run Night Slash, and then we're also going to be going with Counter. You could potentially run Lick, but I wouldn't really recommend it. You may find yourself in a few situations where it does work out, but Counter is going to be recommended. And then for the other charge move, we're going to be going with Gunk Shot. It is going to be coming in handy a few times, but I do mess up several times as well to Cross Chop, but then I put it back because, you know, all the situations where I need Gunk Shot started arising, and I had the other move as soon as I TM'd it away. So Obstagoon is great. And I mean, technically, it's not even necessarily a video just about it, but also about how Venusaur performs so well. And of course, we do have the Azumarill because Obstagoon is going to be extremely weak to fighting. Yes, fighting is not included, but there are dual typings like Toxicroak and, of course, Obstagoon that can carry Counter, and it is going to be doing a ton of damage to this Dark and Normal type. It is also going to be fantastic going up against other Dark type Pokemon like Umbreon, as you're going to see here, but having Cross Chop would have been a lot more ideal, as we would have been more damage. It would have been great. If you do get the boost, well, your counters are just going to be digging in that much more. So we'll go ahead and hop into the commentary here in just a moment. Just wanted to give you my thoughts here, and I'm also not going to be running this team anymore because I found the biggest weakness after I did get done with this nice run that we did have, this 9-1 here, that it is extremely weak to Beedrill. There is really no way around it. X-Scissor is going to be doing a ton to Obstagoon. Poison Jab is going to be doing a lot to the Azumarill, and then everything else in between is going to just be hurting Venusaur, and Venusaur is not really going to be doing anything to it. And they started really popping up after I got that 9-1 run. The algorithm was like, no sir, no sir. Alright, anyways, let's go ahead and hop into the commentary here. Up against the Haunter, this is great. Now we can get hit by the Sludge Bomb, which is going to hurt us quite a bit. But the Ghost moves are going to do absolutely nothing because of the Dark and Normal typing, which is great. While we're going to be able to do super effective with that Night Slash. Now we could have potentially farmed a little bit extra, so we're going to go ahead and do that on the Azumarill there, and then go ahead and retreat into our own Azumarill for protection, folks. I know I don't really love running it, but jeez, man, you want to test something out, kind of fun, you better have some protection because you're gonna drop your score. Anyways, up against that Azumarill there, they're gonna be retreating. We did get out that Play Rough, bringing in the Alolan Muck. So we're gonna go ahead and go for the Play Rough, which is gonna do neutral damage, getting through, doing a ton of damage, and that's great. I'm happy they didn't shield it up. Our Obstagoon does have a ton of energy, so let's see what happens here. We're letting that go through. We have one shield left. Gonna get out this first Night Slash, obviously hoping for the boost here. And it is getting the boost. Are you kidding me? Let's go. So we have an Azumarill to take down here with our Obstagoon. Not the best position, but also not the worst. They're letting that go through. That could have been a Gunk Shot. Very brave of them, but you know, you figure that's going to be the bait move right before the end here. So they're holding onto their shield, and our counters are starting to add up because of the boost that we did get. So we're looking great, and we're going to be able to get to another one, which should just about KO this thing. And beautiful, taking the win with the Obstagoon up against an Azumarill, looking great here. And we're going to be leading with Venusaur for the entire time here, the entire video. So the Galvantula lead is great with the Venusaur. They're going to be swapping into their Alolan Muck, and we're going to go ahead and go into our Obstagoon here. And, you know, the Gunk Shot's still going to hurt. It's not resisted because we're not Poison type. We're Dark and Normal, but we will resist the Dark type moves here. So we're going to go ahead and go for our Night Slash. Not very effective, of course. And then the counters are really starting to add up, and these Night Slashes do come in kind of spammy as well. So Venusaur, obviously not a great matchup. Azumarill, it's not a great matchup, but you can, you know, at least fight back with Play Rough and Ice Beam, and potentially even Hydro Pump, but then super effective by the Sludge Wave, of course. Venusaur just has a hard time with that matchup, although the Frenzy Plants do add up, but we just didn't want to stay there. So the Galvantula is coming back in. We're able to get off one more Night Slash. Great. They have 2 shields left. They're swapping into their Alolan Marowak, and that is where the Obstagoon would have come in golden. Don't worry, you're going to see that battle down the line here, but we're going to go ahead and go into our Azumarill, and this is great. They're going to be getting to that Shadow Ball. It's not even getting us to have health. Azumarill is just a tank and a beast that I think should be excluded from some of these cups, but anyways, we're going to continue on here. and hitting us with a Bone Club, trying to get that last shield out of us. And we're going to go ahead and hit that Ice Beam at this point. We bring them low enough. We're perfectly fine. The Venusaur doesn't have nothing to worry about anymore. In comes the Galvantula. We're going to be able to get to another Ice Beam, which is key here. This was beautiful. We're going to swap immediately into our Venusaur after this. And they have one shield left. Let's go ahead and get that last one out of them. And I'm expecting them to go for the lunge to lower our attack, but we have plenty of health. They're not going to be able to take us out at this point, and our Frenzy Plant is going to be able to take them out here. Let's see how much this does. Lunge doing nice neutral damage, and we're going to be able to get to the Frenzy Plant, taking out the Galvantula. So I've been running into a lot of those leads, and a few Azumarills as well. It's been pretty nice. Nothing too deadly, as you're going to see here. That's probably why we went 5-0. All right, so we have a Tentacruel, so this is a good matchup for us. We have to potentially look out for Blizzard, but nobody's really going to be rocking Blizzard. Probably just Acid Spray and Hydro Pump, right? They could have Sludge Wave, which will do a decent amount. So we're going to be retreating as they go into their Crustal as well. We're going to go ahead and bring in our Obstagoon. Yes, Azumarill would have been great up against this matchup, but I want to come out of this. I want them to bring back their Tentacruel because the counter is not very effective. So they're going to be like, you know, I'm going to go back in there. And then we're going to be able to line our Venusaur back up. I don't want the Azumarill to be in that position. So going for X Scissor, and we're going to be able to get to another one of these. Let's see if they decide to shield. If they don't, that's beautiful. So they're still holding on to 2 of those shields. We have 1 down and a little bit of health, which is good. They're not going to be able to farm too much, taking us out immediately. Perfect. We're going to go back in here with Venusaur and expecting them to get off an Acid Spray. So we're going to go ahead and let this go through, and that's exactly what it is. And they're staying in here, and so are we, farming a little bit, going into Azumarill. And dang it, I should have farmed a little bit more with the Venusaur because we're going to get an Acid Spray to the face, and that means our defense has been lowered. But it is a Tyranitar. It's not Shadow, so it's still going to be pretty glassy, though. We're going to be going for this Ice Beam, neutral damage, and continuing on here. And that Smackdown is doing a ton of damage because of our defense has been dropped here. But we do have a Venusaur in the back. This is fine, and we still have 1 shield left. We need to hit this. They're able to get to theirs first. Alright, so we're just going to hit it immediately so they can't do any more Smackdown damage because we do not want that at this point. We need to get to a Frenzy Plant and able to take them out. They had, what, like a couple HP? Alright, didn't realize. I thought they had a little bit more health on the Tentacruel. So into the next battle, we're met with another Galvantula, and this is great, expecting a swap. And they're not swapping, maybe getting a bit of energy. Oh, they're going to go for a lunge and then maybe retreat into what is the question, doing a lot of damage. And we're staying in here, and so are they. So they did lower our attack, unfortunately, but they did use a shield, so that's great because that wouldn't have done, you know, too much threatening damage since our attack has been dropped with that Frenzy Plant. I'm going to go ahead and go for Sludge Bomb, doing a little bit more, right? It's not going to be resisted because of the bug typing, and we have to make the call here. So we decide to shield so we can win this matchup, and we do. Great. That would have been a waste of a shield if we didn't. And what are they going to bring in here? And we're going to go straight for this. It looks like it's going to be an Azumarill. Do they want to shield this? And they do. All right. They're going to get a little bit of farm on us, which is fine. We're going to go ahead and go in here with our own Azumarill, and we're looking great. We have a shield left. They're a little bit ahead on energy, but we're still in a good position here. So they're going for a play rough and deciding to stay in this battle. I wonder what they have in the back that wants them to stay here. All right. We still have that Obstagoon primed and ready to go. And we still have a shield, and we're not going to use it yet. No. And I couldn't guess what's in the back. Oh, it's a Crustal. Okay, so this... Alright, it's fine. You know, X-Scissor is going to be super effective. I think we'll go ahead and let one go through and then farm down with the Azumarill. And then we'll have plenty of energy to take out the other Azumarill that did have energy loaded as well, which could almost potentially take us out if we're not careful here. So getting to the Night Slash, this is great. Taking them out. They're going to be able to farm us a bit. Alright, that's okay. A couple bubbles, that's no problem. We're going to go ahead and go for our play rough immediately. We have enough health to take those bubbles. And we do have that shield. And I was like, are they going to get to 2 Ice Beams here? And, of course, it's an Ice Beam. And we're going to be able to get 2 Rs. I over-tapped. I got a little nervous there. And, of course, I'm hitting the excellent, like, Alright, so we're taking the win there. And that's going to be our 5-0, folks. Feeling good. That was pretty awesome. And like I said, I don't think I'm going to be using this team again because when you do run into Beedrill, you can work around it. And I worked around a few of them, but it becomes difficult, especially if it's in the lead or if it's in the back. I mean, anywhere you put it, it's going to be trouble for you. So our score is rising up. We've been hanging around the 2700s for a long time. Will we ever get out of this area? Alright, so into the next set here, we're met with another Tentacruel, not shiny. Let's see if they decide to stay. They're going to retreat after getting a little bit of energy. Going into a Crustle, and we're going to go ahead and go into our Obstagoon as well. So we're going to kind of play out like we've seen last time. I don't want to go into my Azumarill because I did not want it to be lined up with the Tentacruel after this battle here. So they're going to be letting that go through. Great, and we're going to be able to get to another one here. We can take an X-Scissor at this point, but the Smackdowns after it. Alright, so it doesn't really matter because they let it go through. Great, expecting that Tentacruel to come back, and expecting them to go for an Acid Spray and then farm us down and then have a bunch of energy ready to go. They're probably going to Acid Spray the Venusaur, of course, because Hydro Pump, why would you go for that? And there's that Acid Spray, but the thing is, sure, are we going to... Oh, okay, never mind. I thought we were going to be able to get to another one. So we're going to go in with the Venusaur immediately, getting to that Frenzy Plant. Let's see if they want to protect it, and they do. And building up to the Acid Spray, I would believe. And there it is, expecting a swap now. They're staying in here. I thought they were going to try to catch it, so I was like, all right, I got to be careful here. Let's go ahead and just go for it right away. So this will KO. What do they have in the back? It's a Tyranitar, and we swap to our Azumarill immediately. It's a Shadow one, too. And they go ahead and give up that battle. Good game. Moving it into the next one here. We're met with an Azumarill. This is so good. I love this. Oh, yeah, you want Azumarill? Okay, here's a Venusaur. So they're going to be going into Sableye. I had to think quick. I was like, all right, let's go Obstagoon, of course, because we're going to be able to resist not all of the moves because of, let's say, Return, but that's not a purified one, or Power Gem is going to be doing neutral damage as well. Foul Play is not very effective, as you can see, taking that quite well, and we're going to be able to just work down this Sableye. So Obstagoon, guys, is a pretty fun Pokemon for sure. You need to look out for the fighting as well as Charm. I wasn't really worried about that. We do have the Venusaur to protect from the Charm, and the Azumarill is just thick, right? We can take those Charms. So they still have 2 shields. They're going to be going in with the Azumarill, and check it out. I think this is the one and only time we land a Gunk Shot. I think the one and only time we actually... No, we go for it another time. So hitting it, but they swapped, and they caught it. Did you see that? And did you see that swap right into that? That was amazing. So I think that's it. We lost, because that was 2 Night Slashes, and that would have put the Beedrill into some extremely threatening health territory, but we went straight for the resisted ton of energy Gunk Shot where they did swap. So I think we're going to finally lose, folks. Going to be going for this Ice Beam here, but it's useless. We have a Obstagoon, but what are we going to do here? Trying to swap, going into Venusaur, still have full health. All right, did I get you? All right, we're looking good. I kind of forgot about Venusaur completely. Okay, you never mind. We're looking great. You're probably thinking to yourself, what are you talking about? You got a Venusaur in the back with a shield left. So we're letting this go through because we have no more shields, surviving it and getting to another Frenzy Plant. Let's go. All right, taking the win on the Azumarill. Just how we started the battle, ending it the same way. Into the next one here. So we haven't lost yet. We didn't take a loss yet. Into the next one, met with a Galvantula. They're going to be swapping into Umbreon. Beautiful. So we're going to be able to test out this Obstagoon, like we said, up against the Umbreon. Unfortunately, no Cross Chop, which would have been amazing here. And I'm not going for Gunk Shot. I'm just going to go straight for the Night Slashes to potentially get the boost and do that much more damage with the counters, right? And just chip away. It's no problem. And there's our boost, folks. There it is. So do I shield? Do I use a shield or let it go through? We're going to go ahead and shield. Last resort. Not too threatening, but we want to preserve the health here. They're going to be able to get to another one. Is it going to actually be it, though? It's a foul play. Was calling that. In comes the Azumarill. I could have built up to a Gunk Shot. I don't know what I think. Yep, we're still going to get a shield, though. Beautiful. Swapping into Venusaur. They are locked in there with the Azumarill. And this is a very good thing for us here. They're going to let it go through. Sounds good to me. I think, are we going to shield this? Yeah, shield and farm down. And it's a play rough. Ouch. That's could have been taken, no problem. But that's perfectly fine. We do have energy on our Venusaur, and that's threatening to pretty much everything. In comes the Galvantula. So let's go ahead and go to work with these Frenzy Plants here. Getting a shield. And I wanted to get this and then swap into the other Pokemon to catch it, but they're going for a lunge and lowering our attack, but that's fine. I think we're still looking pretty good here. And we're going to go ahead and swap, and oh yeah, we had energy on our Obstagoon, going for the Night Slash and taking the win on the Galvantula. Oh, there's an Umbreon. Oh, okay. There's so many battles where I'm like, yeah, and then I forget there's another Pokemon, and holy cow, I dropped the phone. Before or after I think I win, and then I'm like, wait, there's another one, and I have to tap the screen. Almost lose those. need to be careful. Anyways, into the next battle here. We have the Venusaur swap, and we're going to go ahead and go into our Obstagoon. I mean, I'm not going into my Azumarill. I could have stayed, but I want to preserve the Venusaur. I don't mind losing the Obstagoon here. So going for the Night Slash, getting a shield out of them. Can we get to another one? We do, but they're able to get to their Frenzy Plant as well. And we decide to shield this up. Are they going to commit 2 shields? I think they do. I think this is the one I was like, man, you got to be joking. Yep, And then they, okay. I almost put the shield up, but I didn't want to because I think they might have won that battle right after that with the quick move. All right, so let's make our decision. We're going to go ahead and go into Azumarill, finish it off with a bubble here. No more shields on their end, so I think we're looking pretty all right. And just go for the play roughs. And this is exactly why I have play rough. You can go play rough and hydro pump. I mean, you can go ice beam hydro pump, but I think you're going to need play rough for this specific Halloween Cup. Hydro pump doesn't really come in handy too many times. Alola Marowak, and as soon as I say that, I'm using a Venusaur up against it. So not in the best position. We're just going to wear this thing down as best as we can. It does have a bunch of energy. So we're going to go ahead and go in here with the Azumarill and shield this up, expecting that Shadow Ball before it goes down, taking them out, and we're going to be able to hit this play rough, and we're looking pretty good here. And, neck to neck, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to win this. I have a little bit more energy, so let's see how it plays out. But anyways, if you want to test this team out, like I said, you better be careful with bead drills because the thing will tear you apart. Have you seen a single one? Well, seen one, but it can get deadly. Just be. So I still have several shadow Pokemon I want to test out, but the clock is starting to tick as far as getting to rank 10, and I don't want to push it too close, and I don't want to get too creative, and that's just what happens in the Go Battle League. There's just the meta, and then how you have crazy picks, which you can pull off wins, but you got to be very careful. So anyways, in the next battle here, this is fantastic. We're going to go ahead and let that go through, seeing that they let the Frenzy Plant go through. We don't need to waste a shield. Venusaur did its job, and we're going to be able to get a Frenzy Plant off onto this Haunter here, and they're not even going to be able to farm us too much. We're going to simply go in here with Obstagoon, potentially shield up a Sludge Bomb. I think that's what they'll throw at us first. Let's see. Yep, Sludge Bomb. We used the shield correctly. They're going to be staying in here. We're building up a little bit extra, going for the Night Slash here. I was afraid that they were going to swap. They take it, and they have an Alola Marowak in the back. Obstagoon time, folks. It is Obstagoon time. Do believe I just stayed here. I could swap into a Azumarill, but why I wanted to showcase this because, well, this thing is fun to use in the Great League for sure. All right, so we're going to be able to just keep going. I think I farmed this thing down with counter. Yeah, let's get it. So they're going for the Bone Club because Shadow Ball, absolutely no damage. We're going to be able to counter down on a Alola Marowak, guys. You kidding me? So let's go. This team, put it in work. If you did enjoy it, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, turn notifications on, and I'll be keeping you up to date on everything Pokemon Go and bringing you some more Go Battle League battles. As we rise up in rank, let's see if we can get to rank 10 by not messing around. Thanks for watching, trainers, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.